So what happened was, I saw a couple of things. I saw the Liquor and Cannabis Board acting like police when they're not the police. I saw the former mayor of Seattle go in she was a prosecutor at the time for the feds. She violated laws that said that you should not mess with state cannabis. And you know where they did it to? They went straight to the black communities. And they threatened everybody out of existence. The only thing that the Liquor and Cannabis Board hates worse than white co-ops and medical is black co-ops and medical. And they got rid of all of them.
Place in my mind. Hey, where is my home? Guess I'm still trying to find. Yeah. 420. 420.
Over here, folks, with the promoter who's busy stuffing his face. You got a few words for us today, my brother?
Thank you all for coming out. The beautiful sun, the beautiful weather, beautiful people, beautiful energy.
Disease.
Going on to us, gonna see you,
What's
brother.
up, man?
You know. Right, just getting ready to do a walk around. I'll see you in a minute. Yes, sir. Walk, paper, scissors.
I don't want to get hyper technical with you, but listen, I'm a lawyer. He's a lawyer. John, you're a lawyer, right? How have I interrupted a meeting that hasn't started? Don't mess with me, guys.
Okay, we are officially starting the meeting.
And I'm sitting down, am I not?
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm in my place with a bright, shiny face.
So when your time comes, we'll let you have that.
Oh, thank you. It's constitutional right. Appreciate it.
I ain't gon' trip about it, I ain't gon' complain. Hustle in my blood, hunger in my veins. Had to level up and charge it to the game. Hey, look, I know the blessings came with some hard and some pain. It's a dirty world, it's a dirty
For T-Wallace. Yeah, we're gonna continue on talking about that doggy style.
Is this Chris King right here?
We're talking about that doggy style right now. It's all good until the Liquor and Cannabis Board does it to us.
That's the truth.
So I got a plan for that, guys, all right? Friends, don't let friends shop at 502 stores. Woo! Right? So since they declare war on us, we need to declare war on them. And I want to start the bumper stickers. Just say no to 502 stores. And this is important. The next speaker is going to talk to you about this. 502 was what they used to take out medical cannabis. And they replaced it. And when they did that, they made sure to take out most of the medical people that were OGs. They took out every single black store in King County. Now, you might not know this. If you see Sean Kemp Cannabis, you think everything's good. The brother's finally getting some juice, things are good. But that's not what's happening at all. And they got rid of all of them. So now, the things I saw, along with the former mayor of Seattle, when she was a prosecutor doing dirty things, and she violated a thing called the Ogden Memo that said you should not mess around. The federal should let us do our thing if we have legalized weed in the state. And that's what we had. Everything was fine. You could get the strains you wanted to get, and you could stay healthy. But they took that away, and the product didn't get any better. The product got worse a lot of times. So now what we're seeing happen, I can tell you about two stories. I got a co-op near me in Mount Vernon named Co-op 138. The Liquor and Cannabis Board made up a story that said they didn't have a license where they had a license. They used some address that they weren't even using, and they told the Skagit police and all the drug task force that these people were not legal when they were fully legal. So what happened next? The cop knocked, the raid on the house. My man stopped his heart, almost died because of this. And to this day, they still don't have their co-op back, even though they had a legal co-op. And guess what? The next day, yeah, T. Wallace, the next day, they were supposed to have a meeting with the Liquor and Cannabis Board to discuss their address and whether or not there was a 502 store too close to them. They had never violated any laws, but they got treated like criminals. And that's how they do it. Then I'll tell you a little bit about what the Liquor and Cannabis Board does now to people who speak out against them, people who highlight their abuses. They actually threaten me with arrest for no reason. for running a camera at a meeting. They went through and they would stop me from talking when you had just the right to tell the board that you were concerned about various issues. So that's the thing that they do to people. And now the next speaker that's gonna come up after me, Paul Stanford is an internationally known cannabis expert in the medical field. He's been a staunch supporter of anything but this phony weed situation that we have now. He's for the people. He makes sure that people get weed when they need it. Between here and Oregon, he's been on CNN, he's been on CNBC, and we've never had a meeting yet, but we're talking today, and I'll be on his show, which he carries when he talks about very, very real issues. And so this is a segment for the international world to see how they treat cannabis here in the PNW and in Washington in particular. And I think once the word gets out past this local media they got on the trap down, I think the world is gonna see something needs to be changed. And it's gonna start with us. So stop buying 502 weed. Stop buying in their stores. Stop supporting this madness. Stop supporting the abuse. And let's rock together on this. All right, folks? Follow me through Jacob. I'm Chris King. You'll see the videos, and we'll keep on touch on this in real time. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know, cannabis has deep roots. It goes way, way back to prehistoric times. There's no record of the first people who found cannabis, but probably 35,000 years ago in Central Asia, people found flowers and cannabis, and they decided they wanted to grow this crop. And most archaeologists agree that cannabis is among the very first crops purposely sown by human beings.
Yes, sir.
So by 35,000 years ago, its cultivation started to spread. And from archaeological studies, they found cannabis pollen around the Mediterranean about 5,000 miles from its indigenous area that goes back 13,000 years in present-day Italy, long before the Romans or the Etruscans. Thousands of years before then, cannabis was being cultivated there. Now, in our Western culture, the oldest historian was the Greek Herodotus. And Herodotus talked about the Scythian culture in present-day Ukraine. And he said that the Scythians would take cannabis flowers and put them on hot rocks in tents and have a spiritual experience in this, what we would call a hot box environment.
Hot box.
And so they would have special urns. Also, the Scythians used hemp fiber and hemp leaves to domesticate the horse. They're basically known as the civilization that domesticated horses. And they had the ropes from hemp to do that. They had the leaf from the plants to feed them. And if you look at all the different main livestock animals that are domesticated by humans today, whether they're pigs, chickens, goats, sheep, they all the civilizations that first domesticated those animals grew hemp. And in other Chinese cultures today, in Taiwan, Malaysia, Indonesia, they still have this practice called the Wu Fu, which means the 5 levels of mourning when a person in your family dies. And if your patriarch or your father or your grandfather passed away and you were the next in line as a male descendant, you had to wear rough hemp clothing and carry a hemp stalk and wear hemp sandals and a hemp hat. And you have to do that by law for 18 months under this Wu-Fu. And that is still practiced in the non-communist Chinese culture. But the goddess Sheshet was the goddess of education and wisdom in Egyptian culture. There are a lot of hieroglyphic images of her, and she's always depicted with a big marijuana leaf above her head. And so hemp was tied to education and wisdom according to Egyptian culture. And this is the solution to the pollution problems of this planet, is hemp Not only can it solve our pollution problems, it can feed our planet, it can stop deforestation, and restore our freedoms. Because hemp is the plant that is most important for the future of our planet and our biosphere. So I ask all of you to study cannabis and help restore hemp.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I guess now David Rexroad is going to do some rap. I've known David for about a dozen years or more, and he's doing pretty well here. So here's David Rexroad. Thanks for having me.
Woo! Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for representing.
Yeah. Oh, I'll see you soon.
You want me to do it?
Good. All right.
I told my buddy, I was like, I'm going to go and get my medical marijuana papers because I don't see this ending well. And sure enough, I went and met Paul, and Paul knew my condition, Marfan syndrome, which I'll talk about after the song. But the thing is that it's a connective tissue disorder. So when I meet Paul, I tell him about my condition, and I told him I wanted to get my medical marijuana papers. And he says to me, he's like, what are you going to tell the police when they ask you why you have your medical marijuana? And I said, I'm just going to tell them I smoke joints for my joints. And that's where Paul and I hit it off. So this song, it's called Please Don't Shoot. I hope you enjoy it. Right after this song was made, the day after, I got a bulletproof pair of goggles, and I got a bulletproof helmet, put a flower in my hair, and went and I was at the front of the 10,000 people that crossed the Burnside Bridge, and all that was documented, and there was like a rainbow. I was standing in my smart car and my buddy driving, and I was the tip of the spear that led those people over, because, you know, it's all about being a freedom fighter and fighting for what's right. Well, with this song, I hope you enjoy it. I won't be singing it, I will just have you listen to it. So I already sent it to her. You can go ahead and play that song whenever. You can go ahead and play that whenever you got a chance. Don't shoot at my peace sign. I'm right here on the front line, here to put my life on the line. Black lives matter most. If you think that I think you're black, you're a joke. I don't wanna be, all I wanna be is me. All we wanna be is free. This is the land of the pig, where you get in trouble for some THC. Free all the brothers from the DOC, fuck the GOP and the PIG. Give me liberty or give me death. Shout out to all the homeless vets and all those that died that we'll never forget. Slaves, thank you for being so brave. I know you can hear these words from the grave. I have a dream like MLK, R.I.P. to JFK. This is the nation of assassination. I don't identify as white or even Caucasian. Bro, swastikas gotta go. I thought you knew Hitler's a Jew. I'm just telling the truth. That's why I hopped in the booth. Picture me, mohawk, 3-piece suit, with my hands held high, saying, please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. like being shot in the head would give me PTSD and have me just like completely the person I never thought I'd be. I didn't think PTSD was real. I didn't think anxiety was real. I didn't think depression was real. I thought that was just something people made up for attention until it hit me hard. I didn't even know that I had it. So being able to share that today, to be able to even be here, to be able to give this time and speech, it's an absolute honor of mine. I can't thank you guys enough for gathering for us just to have this time.
Rule all nation and conquer all war. This the Trinity, y'all a melt like a ball. If it is Marcus, then you must fight the dust. Equal rights and justice and war. If it is Selassie, why you going die?
I say, tell them. Just hold you, greedy for more and not give nothing to the poor. The Almighty God go and strike you for sure. You grab malicious and you greedy for all. Neglect the poor when you hear them a bawl. Greedy for more and not give nothing to the poor. The Almighty God go and strike you for sure.